Hey guys, this is Sean Sandridge, and I am here with a review for Basketball Wives. Season 8, Episode 1 is the premiere episode. Basketball Wives are back. So, the first thing is that I want to apologize for getting this review out late. I've been super busy, and when I tried to do the video, I just did not have time. So, the next episode is going to be tomorrow. I will make sure I will have that out within 48 hours. So I'm going to look at my notes because they're kind of like chicken scratch. So the premiere opens with Shawnee dealing with a health crisis with her son Sharif. I actually did a video about this a few months back. A lot of people hadn't talked about it, but during a routine physical, uh, for him to play basketball, it was found out that he had a heart issue, which was probably uh, during birth that he had the issue, but it did not appear until here he is in college. So they are going to be going to the hospital and he's going to have heart surgery. I love the relationship between her and her son Miles. We've seen Miles a lot. They did the one thing where they were going to uh, checking out cannabis and marijuana and having a cannabis store. And I really like the relationship between her and Miles. He said that he did not want to see his brother right after ICU, and he didn't think it was a good idea for the other siblings to see him in that condition. And we see a cameo appearance with Shaq. She says that, even though they've been divorced, I think about 9 years now, she says that her and Shaq have gotten to a really great place of co parenting. And it was really nice because he said, thank you for, being an awesome mother. And he knows that Sharif is in good care because there's some good doctors and he has an awesome mom. So that was great. Uh, Evelyn's son, there's a little scene with Evelyn. Evelyn's having some medical issues. Her son is so cute. He's 5, and she's talking about how she can't work out and how her body's changing. Welcome to the club. But she's like, I can't work out twice a day like I used to. So that was really short and sweet. So now the big thing is Tammy and Reggie. Now they've been together for a long time, I think 4 years. And she talks to her daughter about, she was really, really, really hurt and burned by their father and other relationships after that. But Reggie has proven himself to be a stand-up man. She also talks to the father, potential father-in-law, because he wasn't cool. I mean, Reggie's dad is handsome, and they have a meeting, and Reggie talks. Reggie wants the dad to talk to Tammy. They make amends. Uh, Reggie also tells his dad that he wants to pop the question. And so Tammy is doing pretty much a reel, which is in the TV industry, is where when you have a reel, it means a body of work to submit for auditions. And Tammy really wants to have a TV show. So she wants to do like bonnets and brunch, bonnets with drinks, and wants someone to pick it up. So she talks to Snoop Dogg. Evidently, her and Snoop Dogg go way back, like high school. And he tells her, how she should pitch it and have your own show, with a studio audience and all this stuff and have a guest. The guest was Tamar Braxton. And during that time, Reggie proposes and she accepts. During that time, oh, and by the way, because Mona, Mona, Mona Scott Young is doing the reality show of her and Reggie getting married. And, we're now seeing from the social media that Mona has been a big part behind the scenes of her. Tammy's getting a glow up. She's been hustling behind the scenes. And really, out of all the ladies in basketball wise, she's really doing her thing. And so Mona Scott Young is there, and they decide to elope. They decide to go to Vegas and elope. Meanwhile, during this time, we meet two of her cousins. I don't remember their names, but they're hilarious. They are your roundaway girls. A little ratchet one is really, really obsessed with Denzel Washington. Pretty ladies, but they are definitely the comic relief. So they go and elope and don't tell anyone. Now, the other big thing is, oh, and about Shawnee's son, because we already know this. He pulls through, he's doing well. In a few days after his surgery, he wants to play basketball. So he's doing well. It's good to be young. Now, there's a big topic with Cece and Kristen. Okay, we find out that Cece got engaged to Byron Senior, and in Tahiti, and they have not talked to Kristen. Byron was accused of being a bad granddaddy, and Byron isn't feeling Kristen at all. And Malaysia, being who she is wanting them to talk. And Byron Senior, granddaddy Byron, does not want Kristen at the wedding. So that is a really touchy subject. Um, Let me see what else. What else? We do see Jen. Since Shawnee was, had this crisis of heart issues, she decides she's going to throw a party, and everyone's going to wear red. Jen is also going to participate. And I guess, Jen and Kristen are still good friends. And Evelyn wants Jen to apologize to Shanice. So that's on the table. Um, like most things, like most things, and I'll just say this, like most things, at the party, it ends up as a mess. Um, Pause on that. Tammy and Reggie lets the family know that they got married. They're not happy, but they're going to have a party. But she does not tell anyone else. She doesn't want the girls to know. They're not wearing their rings. Jackie and Doug have a double date with Tammy and Reggie and ask when are they going to go and do this married thing. And I believe that they leave that as a secret. Um, but okay, so we see OG. She's at the party that Shawnee is having, her event, and she looks really, really nice. I think after watching herself on camera before, I think she's gotten the makeup together. Um, this is the deal. I don't think it's Cece's job to try to get Daddy Byron or Granddaddy Byron to see the grandchild. I mean, he's a grown man. I think a lot of times people put way too much pressure on the um, girlfriend. If it was the other way around, this would be a non-issue. Um, why doesn't he want to see his grandchild? Who knows? It sounds as though he just doesn't want to deal with Kristen. Kristen sounds like she is a lot. And, she has these preconceived notions of what people are supposed to be and how people are supposed to behave. She has a child, she has one child, and she makes it seem like it is the end all, a be all about how her life runs. All these ladies are mothers. They know what it is. It ain't that serious. And I think that Kristen probably has this notion of what a grandparent is supposed to be. Okay. Where's the grandma? I don't know. Is she dead? I don't know. But they're not putting a lot of emphasis on the other grandparents. They're focusing on Granddaddy Byron. Most men aren't really wrapped up into little kids. Kristen's child is young, like under the age of 5. And generally speaking, most men aren't really into little kids like that. I mean, he ain't going to be the one that wants to take the child overnight and give him bottles at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not really understanding what it is she wants from the grandfather. I'm not sure. But if she keeps having this attitude, it's not going to change. So um, I'm looking at my my notes, and it's like I'm gonna have to do better taking notes. Um, Byron wants his son as the best man, but he doesn't want Kristen there at the wedding. And that is the major problem. So there is obviously some issues between Granddaddy Byron and Kristen. Daddy and Granddaddy and son is fine, but he's not liking Kristen. So uh, Jennifer shows up, um, and Sean is not happy. It was funny because Jennifer was, she's like, even though we've had problems, I did send out a message, and but Shawnee is still pretty heated from last season, and Shawnee goes off, and that's how the episode ends. It ain't a really good reality show unless somebody blows up during an event. They had to, they had to. Shawnee was about to go off, like put hands on Jennifer. It was a little overreactive, but maybe some editing and stuff, and we didn't understand why. But maybe it'll be explained because I am pretty sure that tomorrow's episode is going to open with Shawnee leaving and being restrained not to choke Jennifer. All right. Oh, well, probably because she was talking about Shaq. That's what happened during the season finale. I was trying to think about why she was so upset. And she was, talking about Shaq cheating on her with Evelyn, I believe. If I don't remember that correctly, put it down in the comments why Shawnee was upset. I know she was also upset for Evelyn because she said some things about Shanice, but I think Shawnee is specifically upset with Jennifer because of what she said about Shaq. All right, so that's what I have for now. Sorry for this review. It was really uneventful. Take care of yourself and each other, and we will have another episode coming up in the next 48 hours. Talk to you soon. Bye.